Welcome back, Moonies. Thanks for being here. I'm talking about SMC 30, Act 29, Infinity 3, Two New Soldiers. Right off the bat, we got to see the kiss again from the last episode, and I have to say, I think the only reason it was really surprising is because I think, at least for me, our minds were so set on the Haruka and Michiru kiss that we were not, we knew, but then we didn't. It was like, it was kind of crazy. But I have to say, I think because of that kiss, I think that Sailor Moon or Usagi is even more convinced of Haruka's secret identity than ever before. At least that's the feeling that I got. I also really liked that Usagi, when she was thinking about Haruka, how she saw her as a man, as a woman, as a sailor guardian. I thought there was a lot of subtext in that. I thought that was done really well. I kind of really liked that whole little clip there. It was really good. I also really love the fact that everyone's having the same dream about the three talisman and the deity of destruction. I love that everyone is in the know on this. I really appreciate that. And the meeting between Haruka and Usagi on the street was really intense, but yet comfortable at the same time. And I love yet hate that Mamoru kind of saw it. Like, I love that he did, but I hate it. It kind of makes me cringe a little. But I think it was just really well done. And it was just that whole thing was like really like enthralling and intense. It was really good. I thought it was really interesting, while it's always nice to see Mina act crazy and wild and, her wild self, I thought it was a little maybe forced in that moment when they're all being so serious about talking about the dream and the talisman. It was just it was a little smidge off to me, but it's Mina. It's cool. We love her. Something that kind of stuck out to me in this episode is that I kind of noticed that Sailor Moon is not, compared to OSM, she is definitely not as obsessed or seemingly obsessed with Mamoru. It seems like as if he is the one kind of wondering more about her than the way it used to be with her wondering about him all the time. And it's like the roles are reversed, and it's just kind of it's a little weird, but it's kind of a nice contrast. So I really like that. And oh, it still trips me out when Chibiusa takes out her silver crystal for Hotaru, and I swear I was just waiting for that moment when Hotaru's evil side like reacted to the crystal. I was like, is it gonna happen? Of course it didn't, but I was like, whew, I didn't know if I really wanted that to happen yet, because they're just like becoming friends, and I was like, no, don't go crazy, Hotaru. So I'm kind of glad that didn't happen in this episode. I think that would have ruined the moment. And then, Haruka and Michiru are always around, and they like offer Chibiusa that ride on the helicopter. And it was just like so crazy to me because I was like, you don't really know them, yet you're getting in a helicopter with them. It's like, But, oh well, I guess it worked for the story. It's like, I know you don't go off with strangers in cars, so wouldn't that be the same for helicopters? When they all showed up at the concert, it was kind of funny in that moment when Mamoru was telling Usa that he was going to go to the concert with her, and then since she already had tickets, so obviously he, kind of took Chibiusa. But at that moment, it was kind of interesting to me because it felt as if in this episode, at that moment, he was kind of like the odd man out, and and I felt like that was a very apparent feeling that I was getting from that moment in this episode, which is again a real contrast from OSM. So it's weird, but it's a nice kind of almost refreshing contrast, but just totally like, no, isn't he? No, it was weird, but I kind of like it at the same time. So it was just a very interesting feeling that I got off that particular moment in this episode. Oh my god, I loved it so much when we got to see Sailor Venus's, or from her days as Sailor V, her little moon disguise compact, making her into the Mugen Academy male student to go to the concert. That was great. And Mimi was good. Her voice is really good. And she's still so cute, even though she's evil. But at least I think her voice is way better in SMC than it was, I think, in OSM, because I believe, wasn't her name Mehmet in the original one, and she was just kind of annoying, but I think they did a good job on her in this one. And I guess it was a real good idea for Mina to sneak into this concert after all, since she, got to find out that Mimi is their enemy. So in terms of attacks on this episode, we of course saw Venus's Wink Chain Sword attack, Mars Snake Fire, Jupiter Coconut Cyclone, and I was waiting for it. I was sitting there thinking, okay, she's coming in last. They're going to give her a new attack, and they surely did. Mercury's Aqua Mirage. So I was like, yay, she finally got a new attack. So cool, because it has taken a long time for her to get a new attack. So I was very happy about that. And of course, I always get happy emotional when I see Sailor Moon call on Neo Queen Serenity for the Moon Spiral Heart Attack. I just love that. And then, of course, at the end, we got to see Deep Submerge and World Shaking from our two new soldiers. Can we just say they know how to make an entrance? And I was so enthralled in this episode. It went by so fast that literally at the end, I was like, wait, that's it? That's it? That's the end? I was like, no, there's got to be more, because I was expecting more. But I have to say, it was a good way to end the episode nonetheless. And speaking of the episodes, once again, still love the ending song. And I heard somewhere, I don't know if this is official or not, but I think there's supposed to be like 3 different ending songs on this arc alone. And if that's true, that means they'll probably be, changing up the ending song soon, since this was technically the 4th episode of this arc. So I don't know. I heard that somewhere. But now I'm like, I really like the ending song. I've always liked the ending song. The beginning one's still growing on me, but I don't know. So I guess we'll find out if they change that up on the next episode or 2. But speaking of the next episode, we are going to be moving on to Act 30, Infinity 4, Haruka Tenno and Michiru Kao and Sailor Uranus, Sailor Neptune. So thanks for hanging out on this here Moon Day. And if you enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe. Until next time, Moonies.